welcome to the Ekka vlog. If you watched my last video, you would know that I prepped for a 9-day royal show in Brisbane, the Ekka, and I have a stand there where I will be selling my products as part of a collective, and I have managed to pull together something around 500 products for this event. I'm spending a lot of money and it's going to be a big risk, but I'm excited and I'm hopeful, and I'll take you along with me in this vlog for all of it, hopefully. Yeah, I'm so excited. And today is the day that I'm bumping in. For those who haven't seen me before, my name is Laura and I run Flossy's Arts, a small business selling polymer clay, jewellery, accessories, punch needle goods, and now stationery as well, which you can see here. So as always, there's a lot to do, as there is before an event. I have about 2 hours, 2.5 hours maybe, before I have to go. I'm gonna have my friend coming over this morning to help me label products because I haven't actually put barcodes on anything yet. And last night I discovered that I ran out of barcode paper, so I've printed every barcode on single sheet sticker paper, which means I'm gonna have to cut out nearly 500 labels. It's gonna be a bit of a job. There's 8 pages here. And I've just got a few other things, other little bits and pieces to tidy up as well as put everything in boxes ready to take down. I'm really not sure what my storage situation will be, but I have to make sure everything's in boxes so I can just easily wheel it into the showgrounds. I also haven't done my mystery bags. I was really hoping to have a bunch of mystery bags because so far the bottom half of this shelf here is empty, which is not a good look. If I can't get some mystery bags together, I will have to just fill it with notepads or something, you know, like on the shelves. So that's a bit worrying, but I will worry about that when I get there, I think. So I don't know if I'll film much this morning, but yeah, I need to get started, so I will catch up with you soon. After driving down to Brisbane, it was time to bump into the Ekka. I picked up my mum on the way so that she could help me. Thank you, Mum, for always being my roadie. This was the venue that the stall was in, so this was the retail pavilion, and as you can see, most of the stalls were already set up, including the Lollipop Collective, which was all covered up. This was my little stand. For now. I never actually got a video of the completed stand because my phone storage was full as per usual. But thank you to Mum for capturing this little bit of footage of my stand, as it pretty much was when we finished. I was so happy with how it turned out. I love the look of the new cards and the look of my stationery all set up with the rest of my products, and the new signs that I printed. So the Ekka started on the Saturday, and I think my first shift was on the Monday. So here I am coming in on my first shift. Coming in before it all opened was kind of eerie because I knew that this would all be full of people later. Here I'm coming into the pavilion. 9 o'clock hit and we were underway. Here is a proper video of my setup stand. There were a total of, I think, 20 something businesses in here. They all had their own sections and they all had their own instructions. So during the day on our shifts, we, kept checking the group chat to make sure that people didn't want little things changed about their stand, which was really cool and collaborative. But it's really difficult knowing what other people want with their stuff, because only they know really what they want their stands to look like. So I really we did our best, but it wasn't perfect, obviously. Here's a quick little recap of the first few days of sales. Spoiler alert, these are the good days and it gets worse after this, but I will tell you about it in the recap. My brother was at the Ekka this day, so on my lunch break, we went for a little quick exploration, as fast as we can anyway. As you can see, the crowds were gigantic. We went and checked out some of the competitions, like the cake decorating, the fudge making. There was all sorts of things. And it's really cool to see the finished products and the prize winners. The pavilion that we were in closed at 6 p.m, so once we were finished there, I left and went to find my brother and my uncle and auntie at the night show. So I wandered through the Ekka at night, seeing it all lit up, which was really cool. And I made it to the stands just in time for the night show to begin.
His head on high, in wild excitement when he hears the drumbeat mob to buy.
And just enjoy, but you're all here together.
Don't forget, guys and girls, if you know the simple words, which everybody does, right? Sing along, sing it with us.
My second shift was the next day, so I was in the next morning, ready to go. Let's come into the pavilion from the other direction. And that was my time at the Ekka done. I didn't get to go back in for the rest of the week because I had to go home and work. Thank you to one of the lovely vendors because I actually dropped a box of stock around to her place so that she could take it in for me and restock, because things were getting quite light on by the end of the week and I was a bit worried that it wouldn't last. So thank you so much to Splash Accessories for doing a little run-in for me. And then it was time to pack up. My friend Nicole came and helped me pack up. Hello, hello. Back in the studio. Wow. Let's recap the Ekka. It's been a while. As you can imagine, I needed some time to recoup. After this, yeah, definitely like the biggest, most intense thing I've done for my business. Where to start? Where to start? First of all, what an amazing experience. Whether I did well or not, I'm glad I tried it. How cool is it that I can say that my products were at the Ekka? Ever since then, okay, I won't lie, it's been a while. So I've done a few markets since the Ekka. And at those markets, I've actually seen people walking around wearing the earrings they bought at the Ekka. So that is just awesome. I really, really got to show my business to a lot of people. I don't know how many people were at the Ekka this year. Let me look it up and put it on the screen. That is how many people came to the Ekka. It was so packed. It's been a long time since I've seen that many people in one place. I've been to Japan and it was like that in Japan, but in Brisbane it's just, yeah, you don't normally see it like that. It was a bit like the Christmas market at the end of last year in the Brisbane city. So yeah, it was just insane. Like, you would have seen a lot of the footage and I probably did a voiceover explaining a little bit about the Ekka. So yeah, just a great experience. I met so many lovely people. I got a chance to use the checkout, which was a big deal for me because I was really, like, the first day I was really shy and I didn't really get the opportunity to use to process sales and stuff. But the second day I kind of got thrown into it and I think that was the best because I learned on the spot and it was really, I really enjoyed it. But yeah, the other vendors, I should say, were really, really nice. So the people I worked with at the event were super lovely and I'm so glad to have met these people because I will now be Instagram friends with them and I'll make sure to tag their businesses down below because they are all amazing business owners and I love the products that they sell. So let's talk about how I did. Let me tell you what my top 3 selling items were. So at number 1 were my pet earrings. So this includes the studs, the dangles, everything. So like my special, Ekka special cow and chicken earrings. I sold 23 pairs of pet earrings, which is really cool. I am so glad that that was my bestseller because I wanted it to be. At number 2, we had my flowers, which is again good because flowers are and have always been my bestseller. I sold 14 pairs of those. And at number 3 are my bottle earrings, which once again, they're in my usual top sellers. So I'm very glad that they were in the top as well. And honestly, the rest of the products were just smatterings here and there, like 5 of this, 5 of that, 5 of that, 5 of that. So it's like little sprinklings of each item sold, like my punch needle coasters, my enamel pins, my stickers, my washi tape, like a couple of each sold. So was it a good idea to have such a big range of products? maybe not, but I am glad I limited it to what I did. And obviously having a variety meant some people could buy multiple items and whatnot and get the price of the order up that way. As I may have told you, I spent $1,200 to be at this event. That is insane. It's a lot of money. It was 9 days. However, I had to work 2 days for free. And the stand that I got was tiny. So in order to make this worth it, I had to make a decent amount. Okay, like I didn't want to just cover costs, although that was my goal, was to just cover costs, and I was so scared that I wasn't going to do that. But as you saw, I showed you the figures for the first 5 days, and I was well on track to making my fee back, which is such a relief. The sales did drop off by the end of the week, and the People's Day, so the Ekka's busiest day, the collective as a whole made their record sales on that day, so they made the most money, and I made my worst. Like, I had my worst day of sales. I think I only made about $80 that day, so that was a bit sad. And honestly, I have no explanation, and no one else does either, as to why the busiest day led to less sales for me. Obviously, it just wasn't my people that day, which is odd, but yeah, that's the way of retail, I guess. So the first 5 days were probably the best days that I had. But in the end, I made a total of, drumroll please, $1,704. So I'm not always going to share exactly what I made with you, and in fact, the next few market vlogs I won't, but this is such a different thing that I tried, and it's not like your normal market, so there's a lot more to it than just the event, and I have some thoughts as to whether or not it was worth it, because it sounds like I made a lot of money. Like $1,700 sounds amazing, and it is amazing. I can't believe I sold that many products. Like, the amount of products I sold was 96. 96 of my items sold in 9 days. That is incredible. So there is that side of things. It's just mind-blowing that my business was exposed to that many people. But was it worth it? Now, once you minus all of the fees, so 1704, let's do some maths. Let's minus the fee to be there. Immediately, I'm left with a much smaller number. And this kind of number is what I would hope to make at a good weekend market. So let's minus the fuel to drive down to Brisbane twice. Or did I drive down 3 times? I think I drove down 3 times. Once to set up, and once for my shifts, and once to pack up. So let's minus some fuel. Let's take away some food and coffee expenses. I didn't have to pay much for transport at the event because I caught public transport to get there, which at the moment is only $1 return. So, and of course I had to buy more stands and everything to fit out my stand. So I bought a pegboard. I bought a lot of hooks. Did I buy 2 pegboards? I bought one pegboard, I think, and I bought some hooks, and I bought some more tray shelf things, and also the bracer things that I held the pegboards up with on the stand. And that all came to this much, I don't know. So once you take out all of the fees, I'm left with less again. Once you take out also, I worked 2 9-hour shifts. It started at 9, or was it 8:30? It's actually been so long that I can't even remember when. I can't even remember how long I worked. I can't remember the times, but yeah, it was about 9 hours, and they were long, and I was so tired, and we barely got a break. Like we got half an hour, and even then it didn't feel like we could leave. So if I was to pay myself minimum wage for 2 9-hour shifts, I've probably already started to make a loss. So yes, I am so grateful for what I did manage to get at this event. Was it worth it? And I have mixed feelings about that. Yes, it was worth it for the experience. Yes, it was worth it to meet all these people, to see what sells at this massive event. I didn't get any social media following from this event, which I thought I would have. Like, I had a sign up there which said follow me on socials, but yeah, I didn't get a single follower basically during the whole event, which is really odd. So it wasn't worth it on that front, like exposure, I should say. And money wise, no, not really. However, yes, very thankful that I made a little bit of profit, because some people did not, and some people were left pretty shattered actually at the end, and I feel so bad for them. But I've been there, I know what it's like. I have lost hundreds of dollars at events and doing these kind of things before, so yeah, I feel you. I know what it's like. I'm so grateful that I wasn't in that position this time. So I think the lesson is, if you've got the time, the stock, and the spare cash to try an event like this, I think you should go for it. It's definitely, even if you just do it once, it's such a learning curve, and you learn a lot about retail and how to display your products in the best way, and the type of signage you need, what attracts customers, what sells the items. You learn a lot, and I think for that it was worth it. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think, whether you think it's worth it for the little bit of profit that I got. I'm so glad I did it. I had so much fun. The fellow vendors were so nice, and I made some good friends, and it was really cool just to be at the Ekka. So let me know what you think below of my stand. Let me know what you thought. I was really happy with how it looked, and I think the signs that I made just brought it all together, and it just looked so good being all full. I think that what made a huge difference is that my stands were very full of products. Yeah, I think it just looked really good. Let me know what you think. Would you try an event like this? After hearing my experience, would you try an event like this? I think I'd probably do it again. I have even more exciting stuff coming up. I have the earring market coming up in October, and a 4-day craft fair coming up in also October, mid-October. So that one I actually had booked way before the Ekka, and before I booked in the Ekka, I was like, well, that's going to be my massive event that I look forward to and plan for. And then I decided to do the Ekka, and it was sort of just like so yeah, the 4-day craft fair will come up in mid-October, and I will be vlogging that one as well. So make sure, if you liked this video, to give it a like and subscribe, because I have many more like it coming. I think the end of the year will just be markets and events, because that tends to be what it is, and also the way of online sales. Like, online sales have just died. So for me, making money at Christmas is going to be me doing events, basically. Let me know in the comments other content ideas you might like to see. I have a tutorial coming up. I will teach you how to punch needle. I have plenty of other videos planned. So yeah, make sure to subscribe. I hope to post a bit more frequently now that the Ekka is over, and hopefully I have a bit more time. I never do, but anyway, make sure to go check out my website, linked down below. Check out the other stall holders or the other vendors that were part of the Ekka Collective, and my social media is also linked down in the description. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.